everybody. Happy Saturday. My name is Bobby Melendez. You saw me on Fitz Talk today, but now we are digging in the trenches with JPF Scout. Justin, how the hell are you doing, my friend? You're on mute. Let's go ahead and get you off mute there. What happened there? Oh. Looks like your mic is not connected. Let him fix that up. That's all right. But yeah, hey, listen. So digging in the trenches, we have. Let's see. Still can't hear you, man. We were just talking. Let's see here, man. We were just talking. Back on mute here. How about this, Justin? Why don't you back out and come right back in? All right, so let's Justin get back in here. But yeah, this is digging in the trenches. What we're going to do today, obviously, we're talking Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens. That's tomorrow. I discussed that on Fitz Talk today. I gave my prediction. I think the Dolphins win that game. I think it's going to be a tight one. I think it's going to be 17-14. We're going to discuss that. Justin's going to give you his key matchups with bricks, brick by brick, meaning player by player, quarterback, Lamar Jackson, and for Tua, running game, defense, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then Justin will go talk with our special guest for today, Ayden Eberhardt, former Wyoming wide receiver who played with rival quarterback Josh Allen in college. Let's see if Justin has his audio working here. There he is.
Hey.
Good, man. We hear you, brother.
All right, now we're ready to roll here.
Now we're cooking.
Yep.
Now we're cooking.
Get away from the technical difficulties. Let's get the ball rolling here today, huh? Welcome to Digging in the Trenches. We're glad to have you guys on. Like Bobby said, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button. We got a great guest coming on today. I'm very excited. But we're going to go over those stacking in the bricks segment real quick. And we're going to go over those pregame predictions real fast for the Dolphins versus the Ravens. And then we'll jump into the interview.
So. Absolutely. So, listen, I'll give you my 2 cents very quick. We discussed earlier today keys to the game, our prediction. Again, I had Miami winning this game 17-14. I think this is going to be a close game. This is going to be a physical football game with the Baltimore Ravens. Mike McDaniel, he had said that this is a defensive team until proven otherwise. Because I think the offense is still getting its groove together. I know despite an offseason and a preseason together, they're still going to get their feet wet and all that whatnot, especially with injuries to the offensive line, Justin. Terron Armstead is questionable. Austin Jackson is out. Greg Little's going to start. Who starts at left tackle if something happens to Armstead? Is it Eichenberg? So those are concerns. So my keys to the game for tomorrow, and then you can give me your keys, and of course, your key matchup, bricks. Keys to the game for me, or excuse me, your key matchup, is first off, making Lamar Jackson one-dimensional, forcing him, keeping him in the pocket, forcing him to pass. Okay, let our secondary eat, because even though Byron Jones is out, Miami's secondary was very impressive last week. Xavier Howard was just who he is. I mean, still the game changer, impact player. Causing that interception for Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, my goodness. So, and then Baltimore's secondary, which is pretty damn good. Their main guy is Marlon Humphreys is out, and I think someone else as well. But to take advantage, the defense needs to make Lamar Jackson one-dimensional, force him to pass, cause him to make turnovers. Secondly, protect your quarterback. Protect him from Baltimore's defense. Protect him from himself. That goes for the offensive line. What are your keys to the game to secure a Miami Dolphins victory?
Well, we'll start this off the same way as we did last week. Like we call it, I like to call it the stacking bricks segment. And when I go over all of the rosters and our roster, we did add Justin Bethel. He did have a special teams contribution last week. So that actually makes our brick go up by 1. So when I stacked up the bricks, we have now 39, but we did lose Austin Jackson. So in reality, I mean, he wasn't a brick anyway, so that won't hurt us. So 39, and then I did have the Baltimore Ravens at a 29. So they have 29 bricks, we have 39. So we got 10 more. But the number one key matchup, and I kind of bunched these together here, was the running game for the Ravens versus the Dolphins' run defense. And I put it together with Lamar Jackson versus Jerome Baker or whoever the spy is going to be, whether that's going to be Brandon Jones or whoever they're going to do, Holland, or you never know, they might break out Tyndall and put him into some packages spying back there and use his speed as something to their advantage. That's a possibility. I just don't think it's going to happen. The second key I would go to is going to be Mark Andrews versus Brandon Jones or Eric Rowe, whoever they decide to play, over the top of them, and then underneath him would be one of the linebackers. And then this next one, you could probably just bunch these together too, since I did the first one, is Hill versus Peters. Like you just mentioned, Peters might not even play. So we don't know who's going to be opposite of Hill. If it's somebody else they got out there, like one of the rookies or a young man cornerback, he's going to get torched up. And then Waddle versus Humphrey. So those two are together. So Hill versus Peters, Waddle versus Humphrey. Our wideouts versus their DBs. And then this one, I actually added it last second yesterday, seeing that they're not going to have Ronnie Stanley in the game. I'm really curious to see Jalen Phillips versus, I think his name's Philip McCary. They could actually put him on the other side too. They have another guy over there. I think his name is forgot their other tackle. He comes from New York. He's pretty decent as well, but they could match him up on the other tackles. That would be the other key matchup is Jalen Phillips versus their tackles. Probably be Philip McCary. And that's about it. Other than that, I would take the game like, man, it's going to be a close one, dude. And I really want to say us winning, but I haven't marked as us losing. But it's not going to be by much. The Dolphins, in a close one, lose 24-23.
Damn, that is a close game. That'd be a nail biter. Okay, so
yeah,
we're separate. I got 17-14 Miami. You have it 24-23 Baltimore. And again, and I'll say this. I mean, you're absolutely right. And what could turn Baltimore, and you do the bricks, right? And the way I did it was Baltimore's coaching staff, organization, Miami's coaching staff and organization. And we know Miami is still young on that part, but until proven otherwise, Baltimore has it with John. And then you got their quarterback situation. Till proven otherwise, Lamar on Tua. Running game's a different story. J.K. Dobbins over Miami's running game. So those matchups are key. Secondary, though, I mean, and this is one of those things. To the Dolphins' offense, again, I expect it to be a slow start just because of what I saw last week. And I predicted that at the start of the season, but especially what you saw last week. But I do expect this time to be a little more aggressive, the offense, because Marlon Humphreys is going to be out. I think, and then you said I think Marcus Peters. So Miami with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, those guys, and Gesicki. I don't know if Isakama's going to play. He didn't play last week, but they need to take advantage of that burnt secondary. They have to give. Right. I think again, like I said last week, I think Miami's offense very early on are going to test the secondary just to see how much they could get past. If they try to go deep on a couple plays and they miss out, then I think Miami dials it back and tries to play it safe like they did last week. I will say, though, and we discussed this in length on the postgame show, I think we were both very fair with Evan and Neil with our concerns and what we were saying. Hey, it's week one. But there's all valid points. But I think we all agree that we cannot have the near misses or the near mistakes against a team like Baltimore or Buffalo, Cincinnati coming up. This is going to be a big test for Miami because I think Baltimore and Miami are pretty much even. Baltimore's history is more in favor of over Miami. Last year, I think Miami beat Baltimore. But Lamar Jackson is healthy. He's hungry. He wants that new contract, whether it's with Baltimore or whomever else. So I expect him to try to, but that's why I'm saying he's going to play well. That's why I'm saying Miami needs to make him one-dimensional.
Absolutely.
Especially if Staley's out. You need to, and I would say this, rattle the quarterback. But if you can make him one-dimensional, if you can frustrate him, force him to pass, force him to make turnovers, you're going to eat all day. And that's why
baby.
I think Evan's score is fair. He has the Dolphins winning. He has it 24-16. That's awesome. I think that's actually fair. I don't think that's overboard or anything. I still have it 17-14 just because I think this is going to be a defensive matchup. So, let's see here. Let me see. Make sure I have all my. Go ahead.
When you look at the game, the way it's starting to shape out, I know we just had Austin Jackson get put on short-term IR, and I can tell you this now, no one likes it, and Twitter's going, no, I don't want to hear that name. But Larnell Coleman will be the guy who gets activated probably today before the game, and he will be. Let's just hope he stays on the bench, because my eyes, they're going right to the right side to Greg Little, probably on every snap, and then I'll try to look as I can over there toward Liam Eichenberg's side. But my eyes are going to be paying attention to that offensive line and how that offensive line blocks for us first and foremost, because that's the most important part of football for our offense. And then after that, I'm going to look at our defensive line getting pressure against the Baltimore Ravens, which is where we can win the game. Let's be honest. You were just talking about it. We want to put pressure right there. I would overload that side, honestly, and bring Jalen, and I'd bring Melvin, and then I would, game twist Brandon Jones up the middle. I don't care. I'm getting him down. But I think we'll have a great game ahead of us. It's going to be exciting, like you said, make him one-dimensional. I want to force Lamar Jackson to beat us with his arm. Not with his legs, but with his arm. So you got to, keep the mouse in the house and don't let him out the back door.
Awesome. Hey, look, so we got this going, but we have a special guest here today that's going to be joining us. Joining you, I'm going to take a back seat here and do my producing part. But we both have I have Miami winning, you have them losing, hopefully, in this part. And it's not against you. I hope I'm right. Hope you're wrong. Of course, you and I are going to react more to the game tomorrow at the post-game show. Guys, as I take a step back, we got Justin is going to be speaking with Ayden Eberhardt, former Wyoming wide receiver for Josh Allen, rival quarterback, Buffalo Bills. He played with him in college. It's going to be an exciting interview. I would say Ayden's in the back. Ayden, thank you for coming on. Get him in here. And then, of course, after the show, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You're watching Digging in the Trenches. After the show, about 4 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to have Bottoms Up, Fins Up. I'll be co-hosting that one with Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown live on location in Baltimore for the Ravens-Dolphins game. Watch that. I will see you guys in a little bit. Justin, it's all yours, bro. Let me bring Ayden in here for you.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Appreciate you. Ayden, you there, buddy?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I just can't see you, but it's all right.
I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out the camera here.
Yeah, it's like you just have to tap it to the bottom, and it'll have a little mini screen that'll either pull up your mic and maybe your camera settings.
Okay.
It's all right. Take your time. I think we got about another 20 some odd minutes here. Enough time for me and you to get over the questions. There'd be some basic stuff.
It's not letting me do the little camera thing here.
Yeah, it's not bringing up the camera icon.
Yeah, well, it says that it's on there and everything like that, but it just isn't showing it.
What the hell?
You could just roll with that. No worries at all. Just roll with the audio. So that way
we'll just roll with the audio.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we won't make it hard on you. Yep. So anyway, thank you for joining us today, Ayden. I want to first thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you and taking your time out of your day to do this with me. And first of all, so everybody knows, if they don't have none of your measurables out, it's Ayden Eberhardt from former University of Wyoming wide receiver, 6'2", 195. And how you doing, bud?
Good.
Long time no here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Oh, dude, no problem.
Life is good. We love it.
Absolutely, man. It's good. It's another one of those college Saturdays. I'm sure you're getting your eye a little bit on some college football out there. Where actually did you grow up? Where are you from?
So I grew up in Loveland, Colorado. It's about an hour north of Denver. But yeah, I was born in Texas, and my family is originally from Nebraska. But we moved out here when I was probably like 3 years old, and we've been here pretty much ever since. So, but yeah, grew up in Loveland, Colorado.
Is that where you stay at too now, right? Here at Loveland? Are you there, Ayden? Oh no, I'm having some technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're back.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, sometimes the StreamYard gets a little wonky on there, but you living in Loveland, Colorado still, right? Right now?
Yes, sir. That's where I'm at right now. Yep.
Cool. What age did you start playing football at when you were growing up here in Colorado?
I started right away in probably around kindergarten with flag football.
Absolutely.
And then I started tackle football right away in third grade. And, I was always a little smaller. As a freshman, I was about 5'3".
Yeah, you grew a little bit though, huh? Can you hear me? Aiden, are you there? Come back to me, Aiden, my man.
This
Come
is
on
insane.
back. Oh, are you back? I hear you now. Sorry. Just lost you right there. Got a little wonky, my buddy.
Yep.
Sometimes, like I said, the StreamYard gets a little wonky. Who was your favorite receiver growing up?
Favorite receiver growing up? Oh, that's a tough one. That's really tough. I think
Nah,
um, I
could
think
be anybody.
Adam Thielen is probably my favorite receiver. Growing up and everything, and especially in college, seeing his story and how he went to a smaller college and then made it to the league. Started off doing special teams and everything, and obviously.
I don't know. I lost you again in the Matrix. Hopefully, you're done answering that last question. Like I said, the StreamYard sometimes can't be real. It can be wonky a little bit. But I think you're coming back to me now. Hopefully, you'll hear me here with my next question. It's a little crazy. Bear with me. Is there any receiver you pattern your game off of as well? It might be your internet connection might be a little wonky. Are you doing this off of your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Is there any receiver you pattern your game off of now or in the past?
Yeah, I grew up loving or watching Adam Thielen. So, and it's kind of funny because in college that's when I really started playing receiver. So, I watched a lot of film on him and tried to kind of model my game around him. He's obviously he's got some speed to him, but he comes down with a lot of 50-50 catches, and he's really good at deceiving. Making the DB, think he's running something else, and then next thing you know, he's wide open. So that and being able to use his hands, you know, at the beginning of the route, during the route, or at the end of the route, catching the ball. That's definitely someone that I've been trying to model my game after.
Yeah, it seems that his route running is really strong too, and he's strong all the way through the beginning part of it, the intermediate part, and the top of his route. He's real sneaky, deceptively fast, almost like you are, honestly. It's funny you mentioned that because when I look at you on tape, I don't think a lot of people realize that you are kind of a little bit sneaky fast. If I was to say maybe lower 4.5s, maybe high 4.5s, well, I guess we'll get a chance to find out. Maybe we'll get into a little bit of that about you here a little bit later, right? But
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I had
does
a
film? Oh, go ahead, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, now we're back to that wonky internet connection. Damn it. That's all right, man. You'll come back to me. Watch. You have before. It'll come right back, bro. In between, I'll just go to the next question, though. I'm sure you're going to come back. But there you are. Hey, does film study help your progression for you as a player and a prospect?
Absolutely. Film is everything, whether it's watching film of, kind of like I explained a little bit earlier, Adam Thielen, Devontae Adams, any wide receiver in the league, honestly, if you watch film on them, film on yourself, and then obviously film against who you're going to be going up against. It gives you an idea of, certain tells that they have, their tendencies, and, how you can get a plan of attack and how to attack different routes, different coverages, and be able to go from there. So film is huge, both on watching yourself and watching who you're going to go up against, and then being able to kind of see what other guys do and how they do it.
Oh, that leads me right into my next question. Then you actually just answered it, and that'd be the things that corners tip you off in press or generally just in coverage. You pretty much went over that though, right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's there's a lot of really small things, and then sometimes it's reaction. I think as a quarterback in high school, and I think that helped me out a lot going into college, because I was able to recognize coverages, different spots on the field, whether it be pre-snap or during the play. So I think that helped me out a lot.
Right. Can you talk about that just a little bit more? Maybe not, don't dwell into it any or too much, but how that does help you in your route running and your progressions, building your route tree, timing, everything. Oh no, I lost you again. You'll come back. You'll just bounce right back in.
There we go.
Yep, you're in. But I'm sure that does help you a lot by being a former quarterback. Get into your routes and timing, all of that stuff, right?
Absolutely. I played quarterback, so that helped me out kind of understanding, okay, this is what a route should look like. But I think most importantly, it helped me with being able to understand, again, coverages, how a defensive back is going to play, if it's cover two, the leverage that they should have. And so I think that was probably the biggest takeaway from playing quarterback, and that's what helped me out the most throughout that transition.
Right. And if they're playing cover two, what leverage would the defensive back be showing right there?
So he's gonna be, obviously he's got the flats. We're talking corners here.
Yep, corners.
Corners gonna have the flats,
Yep.
and going to basically try to keep you in front and try to maybe get hands on, like if you're running a go ball, he's going to try to get a little bit of hands on you, that way he slows you down enough for the safety to be over the top. But yeah, he's got the flat, so he's just going to be kind of sitting in there. And again, film study, if he's going to try to make you go inside or outside, depending on safety's at. So that all comes into factor, I guess, a little bit, with the certain leverage spots on that. But yeah, they've got the flats on cover too. So
absolutely. Where would you consider the growth of your route tree at right now? Are you a quarter of the way there, halfway, 3/4? Where would you consider yourself on your route tree right now?
I think I'm. Obviously, you've always got room to grow.
Yes, sir.
With whether it be releases, route running, catching the ball, anything like that. So, I'm still training every single day and trying to get better. But I think even now compared to where I was at the end of my college days, I'm definitely better than I was then, and that's also with having to go through my ACL and meniscus surgery. So that's been a big bonus. That's been That's been good to see. Progression is always good to see, and it's really good to be able to feel that. So that's at least something that I can kind of have for motivation.
Right. Um, what do you consider your best football trait?
I'd say my football knowledge, whether it be on the offensive side, defensive side, or special teams. I just know the game of football, and more than anything, I can also react. I look at a play pre-snap. You can always have an idea of what's going to happen, what's going to go on, but a lot of it is being able to react during the play and being able to kind of adjust yourself and be on the same page with the quarterback, or seeing different things. And if it's special teams, being able to, if you're on punt, being able to get down there and make a tackle, or whatever it is. But I'd say football IQ, and being able to kind of use that to adjust on the fly.
Right. Um, do you see yourself coaching in your future?
Yeah, I think that's definitely something I've been considering. You know, that's probably a little bit later down the road. But
Sure.
once I'm done playing, that's I can definitely see that in my future.
You're talking about punt right there. Have you ever done any gunner position? Have you done gunner, punt gunner?
Yeah, so I did a little bit of punt gunner. I was also kind of a tackle. At Wyoming, we kind of had, we didn't, there are some plays we had a gunner,
Uh huh.
but sometimes we were all kind of tight. So I don't know if you'd necessarily call that a gunner, but
Right.
the tackle and then the gunner kind of spot wherever that would be, the end almost basically.
Okay.
I kind of flipped around in there during my days at Wyoming.
Damn, we had a good connection going for a minute. You'll come back to me. We lost you again, Aiden. You'll come back. We only got a couple more left here, though, buddy.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you were at Wyoming, I noticed they used you a lot everywhere. I also noticed that your athletic ability is some people it sneaks up on them, and next thing you know, you're around them or running over them. And I agree with you. Your best trait is your IQ, man, and you're very smart. You can just see it on film. I'm always pulling for you, as you know. But do you have any scheme preference, if any, to where you're going next?
Well, I appreciate that. And, honestly, not really. Kind of like you were saying, I'll piggyback off of what you're saying. I'm willing to play with any given opportunity, wherever that is. And whether it's wide receiver, special teams, whatever scheme, whatever I'm asked to do, that's what I'll be doing. I just want to play the game of football, and in the end, help out to get the win.
Damn right, man. I want to see you play too. I'm excited. I want to see you hit the field. Um, real quick, I guess, just for some of my viewers that are Dolphins fans and stuff, since you did play with Josh Allen a little bit and you know him a little bit better than most of us do, what are Josh Allen's strengths? What do you consider his strengths?
I think number one, he's a leader. I mean, he's just a natural leader. He just the way he carries himself, he holds everyone to a high standard, and um, I think it's obviously out of love. He wants everyone to be able to succeed, but he's a leader on and off the field. Uh, for the year or two that I was there at Wyoming when he was there, that's obviously someone that you look up to, just because he, talks to everyone, whether you're senior, junior, sophomore, freshman, offense, defense, special teams. He talks to everybody, and he's a natural leader.
Yeah, man, you can see it with him on the football field too. I knew it right away. You could just see it with that guy. He's just born to play the position, obviously. What would you consider Josh Allen's weaknesses? No, we fell into the matrix right when it was getting juicy.
We're back.
Oh, there's my boy. You
He,
back?
he's a yeah, like I was saying, he's a natural leader. Number
Uh-huh.
one overall. You know, it's
Are you there, Ayden? We had a nice connection there for a second. You'll come back. Getting pretty close here to the end here.
we're back again.
All right. Go ahead, continue on, man. The floor is still yours.
Yep, he's the leader. I don't know, where it got cut off or whatever, but yeah, he talks to everyone,
Oh,
offense,
no.
special teams, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, all that. He knows how to lead anybody and everybody. I mean, if you look at him now, he's got the whole city of Buffalo out there.
Yeah.
He's got everyone believing, and that's awesome, and that's something that he's been doing since day one. Obviously, number two is you look at his arm strength and his playmaking ability. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I remember my first time I was warming up with him, and after about 5-10 minutes, he's 80 yards down the field flicking it to me without
Yeah.
without even thinking about it.
Man,
So,
that's just crazy. Does he have any weaknesses that you can see in his game?
I can't see any. I think if I was able to come up with one, I think I'd be getting paid a lot of money to to be
Yeah.
telling it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, obviously, so he's a great guy on and off the field.
Are you still there, Ayden? As Ayden was talking about earlier, he didn't play football in 2021. He actually suffered ACL meniscus injuries. You back with me, buddy?
Yep, I can hear you.
And then actually, we're talking a little bit now about your ACL meniscus injury and how that killed your pro day. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Toward the ACL and meniscus in my right knee. I was really thankful for the surgeon and the Wyoming staff. I ended up using my
Oh. Real quick, when you come back, I'm sorry that all the injuries happened to you, my friend. I wish nothing but the best for you with a speedy recovery as well with your injuries. I'm hoping you're on the road to recovery now. You back, buddy?
Yep. Sorry
So
about
how's it
that.
all going? Oh, it's okay. How's the recovery going?
It's been good. It's been actually great. Wyoming staff has helped me out a lot. The surgeon was great. They took my left patella and made that my ACL.
Right. Have you had any team contact with XFL and UCFL teams? I lost him again. Dang it. I was actually going to ask him about the XFL and if he was going to be in the XFL draft come November and how that all works out. If you're back with us, Ayden, go ahead and share that with us. But I'm pretty sure he is training right now for XFL or USFL if he gets any phone calls. I'm sure he'll be, probably in the draft. I heard I was watching a show last night. They had Anthony Beck, former tight end Anthony Beck, is a coach in the XFL now, and they're talking about having their draft in November. And I'm curious to see if Ayden was going to be part of that draft at all. Right there, I think his mic was just muted, but curious to see, if his phone rings at all for any NFL teams or any XFL teams. They would be getting themselves a great football player, a great person, and a great football mind. I want to thank Ayden again for joining us here on Digging on the Trenches. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I want to thank Bobby here at the Fins Talk Sports Network, everybody. Thank you for coming on, sharing this time with us. I love talking football with Ayden. I know we're going through some technical back and forth there, but I love doing this. I love having prospects on, picking their minds, talking to them about football. It's all about the prospects to me and for them to go forward with their careers. I want them to do well. Sometimes I get a little bit too attached, but that's just because I like them as a person and as a prospect, and I want to see them do well. Just like everybody does wants to do well in life, you know. I want to see these guys succeed, man. Just like I want to see the Dolphins succeed. I want to see Ayden get in the league because he can do something special. I think he could be someone that's like dark horse, like Cooper Kupp came out of nowhere. This could be a Cooper Kupp scenario. He just has to find the right situation and a GM that's willing to give him a chance to go out there and be like, show me what you got, kid. And I guarantee you're going to be surprised what this guy gives you on the field. He's going to give you all the heart and all that football IQ, and he's going to be where he needs to be, where he's supposed to be on every play. Love the kid to death, man.
Awesome. And it was awesome for him to take his time to come out and talk with you. And I know we were having some issues there with Wi-Fi or what was going on, but hopefully he can come back and join us another time as well. More about talking sports in general, maybe college football, maybe the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to hear that. So we'll reach back out to him and ask him to come on back and maybe talk more broad terms. But awesome show. As said earlier in the show, Justin believes the Dolphins could fall to the Baltimore Ravens. It was 24-23, very close game, but it's edged to the Ravens. I believe Miami wins 17-14. We both have it very tight. Later in about almost an hour and 20 minutes time, we got Bottoms Up, Fins Up with Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown out in Baltimore at Checker Spot Brewing, live on location. Usually his father, Lewis Brown, friend of Justin, is usually on there. Great dude. He is out today, so I will be covering up for him. I will be there in spirit. But it's all good. But, hey, so keep right here. Come right back. Check out that awesome show in a little bit live on location. Bottoms Up, Fins Up in Baltimore with Dolphin fans. Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown, myself, I'm going to be helping co-host that one. In spirit, I'll be there. And, of course, we could be having an overtime tonight before, of course, the Dolphins game tomorrow. And then Justin, myself, Evan will be back with you tomorrow night for the post-game show. Any final words for you?
Great show today. I'm really feeling it. If you're liking what you're seeing, give us some feedback. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned in. We're going to have a lot more guests coming on. I'm working on it. I'm out there. I'm turning over the rocks on this thing. I'm talking to some prospects. We're going to make some moves on this and bring in some more guests. I'm excited.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, guys, that wraps it up for Digging in the Trenches. Again, come back here about an hour and 20 minutes time for Bottoms Up, Fins Up, live in location in Baltimore at the Checker Spot Brewing for a Dolphins pregame show live on location with some Dolphin fans. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you there in just an hour and a half. Fins up, everybody.
Fins up.